Well, I'm wearing a mask, but I don't care. Nebraska finally wins a game over Penn State, 30-23, and the defense got it done. Man, we're up here in the Nebraska press box after the game. We have to mask up here because it's the coronavirus pandemic. Everything different up here, everything's sort of unusual, but that's just sort of the nature of the beast, and that's kind of how it works sometimes. And it was an interesting game. Luke McCaffrey gets his first career start. It was a bang to start the game. He scores on his touchdown on his very first drive. He leads Nebraska to a 27-6 halftime lead with Xavier Batts getting a 45-yard fly sweep, and then the walls start to close in. And guess what? Penn State does this all the time. Penn State does this all the time against teams. And so this isn't uncommon for Penn State to show up late in the game and try to make a late run. They did it against Indiana in game one. They do it a lot. It's just who they are. They wake up, and they woke up against Nebraska. And Nebraska's defense, one of the finer performances you're going to see from a defense in a really long time, guys. And I'm not kidding you. They gave up 501 yards, which is a hell of a lot of yards, but they did it on 91 plays. And time again, when Penn State went into the red zone, Nebraska got a key stop. They made obviously some mistakes and busts in the second half, but the defense was pretty unreal when you get right down to it. They were pretty unreal in the red zone. They get 2 fourth-quarter stops. Nebraska's offense ran aground, they scored just 3 points in the second half. The offense just sort of disappeared on them. Not that surprising, given the nature of the fact that they're going to go young. Not that surprising that those kind of things would happen within the program when you're going with a bunch of young guys, and young receivers don't know what's going to happen on the field, and they're on and off the field, and there are substitution issues and all kinds of stuff. But the defense bowed up, and I think they're going to take a lot from that. I mean, there's no question that the pass defense was there late. Key plays by DiCaprio Bootle, key play by Markel Dismuke with the game-winning PBU. He had the PBU on the second to last drive, and then on the last drive, Nebraska got there late. They got to Will Levis, who came in to replace Sean Clifford. They got to him late, made some big plays late. As a result, they finished it off. Pretty impressive, surprising win for Nebraska, and in the way that it happened, just because of the way the defense stood up and the way the offense ran aground. It did not surprise me that Penn State came back in this game. They were down 21 at halftime, but it didn't surprise me that Penn State made a comeback. That's kind of what Penn State does. And if you run a ding the Nebraska defense for much, you can say they gave up a 31-yard touchdown run and they gave up a 74-yard pass that was a mistake that set up another touchdown. But outside of that, you really can't say much about Nebraska's defense. I mean, shoot, they faced 31 more plays than Penn State's defense did, and that's pretty impressive. And they only gave up 5.5 yards a play, which is, again, pretty impressive. Usually when somebody runs 91 plays, they're gaining about 600, 700 yards. And so Nebraska did what it had to do. The Huskers improved to 1-2, and this is a proof of life kind of moment. They've had so many games go against them. This is one of those moments that go for them. And the Huskers go to 1-2. Penn State falls to 0-4. It's going to be a hard road for Penn State from here on out. No question about it. The Huskers get Illinois next week. There's a lot to fix. The offense is messy. It needs to improve. It needs to clean up. But as it stands right now, Nebraska's got a win to build off of. And I think within the program, they're going to be really excited about that. Thanks, Husker fans.